My name is Sheena Collier. I am founder and CEO of Boston While Black, and I build things that connect Black people to information, resources, opportunities, and each other.
There's a report that came out last April 2021 by the Mass Taxpayer Foundation that said that if we were to close the racial wealth gap in Massachusetts, we would add $25 billion to the economy. The only way we're going to actually do that is by supporting organizations like Boston While Black, which today and this weekend is bringing together 500 Black professionals.
So I just moved here from another city, moved here from Atlanta, Georgia, and I've been looking for a community, especially as it relates to our people. For myself as a transplant, that is something that I was very much seeking out. And seeing as how Boston is a very transplant-heavy city, I believe that those who do look like us, those who are looking for a community, should be able to have access to spaces like this because they wouldn't necessarily exist otherwise.
So I've lived here for about a year now, but in that past year, I haven't had much exposure to communities that look like me, to the Black community in Boston. I live only a block away which is a predominantly white area. My workspace is predominantly white, and so I just wanted to find my community. As the keynote speaker said in my last seminar, community is intentional. Especially in a city like Boston, you really have to go out of your way to find those spaces where you feel welcome, and also find spaces where you can socialize and network, and really thrive in a place like this. So that's why I feel like events like BWB are important.
Just so you all know, y'all are at the Boot Up in Boston session, okay? All that I really want us to really focus on in this particular space is what it really takes to love yourself and what that means in pouring into somebody else. But again, understanding that that journey starts and ends with ourselves.
This event is crucial because I've gone to many business events, and quite frankly, I often don't see a group of people that look like me and have community. Oftentimes when you look to network, it's like, okay, I'll give you my LinkedIn, but I've gotten people's numbers and talked about partnerships already. And this is just day one of the event. So this event is important and powerful. And I think it has a strong space to grow in Boston. This is just the beginning.
Our people need to be together, you know what I mean, and see this happening on a high level. And it's important for us to really be able to connect and build for the betterment of our future and future generations, because it's not just about us. It's about what we also leave behind and how we pay it forward. And Boston While Black is doing that.
We need to, as a community, start thinking of our financial profile. So the first thing we should do is make sure we are in the best position so that they cannot say no. Do you have the credit score that you need? Do you have the debt to income ratio that they're looking for? Do you have the savings? What does it take to actually become a homeowner?
This is so important because Boston is a very difficult city to navigate. And this is essentially our welcome to Boston and how to connect with people and get around it, our FAQ user guide. We have people, Black folks who've been here for 4, 5, 6 generations, but it's a very difficult city to navigate, in particular for those folks who aren't from here. But there are rich resources here, amazing talent. And in fact, one of those amazing talents that we were able to inherit is Sheena Collier, who is the visionary for this. And so it's so critical for our people, Black folk in the city of Boston, first to see each other, then to connect with each other and to view each other as an actual resource.
I think whenever you can get a lot of people in a space that care about each other and that love what they do and love the people they're around and can just experience joy while having deep, important conversations, it just has to happen, and it has to happen more often.
This is really tying together a vision of what Boston could be if on the ground we are bringing that energy right out into the economy, into our social capital, into human capital, and we need every single talent in Boston.
Building community in Boston, whether professionally or personally, is really about your network. Not your resume, not your accolades, not your achievements. Those things are important and they have a place. But what I've learned through my 2 decades here, what I continue to teach and share with other people is create relationships, create community, build a network that is going to help you to get to the next milestone that you're trying to get to. So when you come into this space, we are being very intentional about creating something that is welcoming to people from all different spaces and places and backgrounds, but also know that you're coming in somewhere where you are there to walk away with some new relationships. And that's really all you need to bring is your willingness to connect and talk with others and share who you are.